A devotee asks, recently I lost my father and now I am in constant fear of what will happen to me if something happens to my mother. How do I overcome this fear?
Death is the biggest reality of the so-called life in this transactional plane. And it also indicates at the biggest fact that here everything is temporary, everything is momentary, everything changes, everything gets destroyed, nothing is permanent. So first of all, we have to understand this point that no one, every embodied being, a person who assumes a certain body also has to face this great phenomenon called end of that body, which is what is referred to as death. So in this world of temporary things, or this world which is characterized by impermanency, in this world of transient nature, what we have to focus upon is that which is permanent and eternal. God alone is eternal. God alone is permanent. Ishvara alone, which is our true nature, that alone is permanent. So, the way to overcome this fear of losing someone is to, first of all, to accept the fact that everything is going to be lost. This non-acceptance is one of the seed of fear of losing someone. We don't want to accept the reality that everything is going to go away, whether we like it or not. We cannot hold on to anything in this world forever. All the so-called near and dear ones, the relationships which look to be so precious and sweet, everything will change and will go away. This acceptance has to come into our life, first thing. And secondly, we should understand that our only true companion, our eternal companion, is God and God alone. God alone is our true, eternal soulmate and companion who remains with us all the time. All other relationships, all other connections are only for the time being. This acceptance has to be there. And with this acceptance, we should develop a kind of a deep connection with that entity called Ishvara who is residing in our own hearts. The more and more we develop this connection with our own true nature, you will see that you will be overcoming this fear of losing someone. So this is how we have to overcome the fear of death, the fear of losing our own near and dear ones, by developing love for that which is real, and that steadfastness, that clinging to the reality which is throbbing in our heart. Through that, we can overcome this fear of death and losing our near and dear ones in our life.
There is a follow-up. What are the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi regarding this? Please help me.
Sri Ramakrishna's beautiful statement in every page of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna you will find. Sri Ramakrishna says that God alone is real, everything else is unreal. And to put it in Bengali language, he says, Bhagwani ekmatra vastu, baki sab avastu. So, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi, Swami Vivekananda, they are all the, demonstrators of the great teachings of the Vedas and the Upanishads, which teach us to cling to the real and to remain unattached to the so-called unreal. So this is the central teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. And very beautifully, Sri Ramakrishna and especially Holy Mother Sharda Devi says that always remember in all situations that you have a mother. This is a very famous statement which can be understood from several standpoints. When Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi says that you always remember that you have one mother, who is she referring to? She is referring to Ishvara, the Divine Mother. That Ishvara, the Divine Mother who is throbbing in everyone's heart. So in all situations, whether people around us remain with us whether they disappear, there is one entity which is eternally existing and throbbing in our hearts. Clinging to that is the solution to the so-called all the problems in our life. So Sri Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, they all point out with this great teaching that we have to develop bhakti, we have to develop jnanam, we have to develop vairagyam for this world. In and through these three things, a love for Ishvara and the so-called unattached attitude towards the world. As far as the world is concerned, to remain unattached to it and develop intense love and knowledge of the ultimate reality called Ishvara. When we do this, we will be able to very easily navigate through the difficult waters of life.